I just saw a clip of Lord Jamar clarifying his statement uh, when he was replying or rebuttaling KRS-One and his whole origin about the influences of Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans in the creation of hip hop. And he rebuttals that by saying that's not true. He said KRS is not quite accurate. And so this has been a once again a subject that's come up. This whole FBA fundamental black Africans or Americans has been going on lately. It's been a hot button topic, depending on you what you pay attention to. I I don't really understand the riff or whatever. I guess Black Americans are saying that the Africans uh, really don't want to identify with them, but yet they want to, kind of take certain parts of the culture, of black culture, and that involves hip hop, and say that they, you know, contribute and they were there from the beginning. Um, I made a video about that on the Men Game Network. You can check that channel out on YouTube. My stance on that is I really think that's a waste of time, that argument. But if you want to argue that, that's your, the hill you want to stand on. I get it if you want to stand on that. I think we all grew up in the same neighborhoods, whether you're Latino, African, Black, Jews, um, Anglo-Saxons, Catholics, Muslims. We're all in the same neighborhood. And yes, we all have our own little cultures within it. That's why I say it's not a melting pot. I never bought the idea that America is a melting pot. It's more of a, it's more of a salad bowl, which each individual ingredient kind of stands out and identifies as what they want to identify too. They want to, of course, identify with their culture, but at the same time, they're implementing their culture into American culture, into the environment, into the neighborhood. And so we all do our own thing. We coexist. So if we coexist, wouldn't you think that there would be influences from artists that might be in certain sections of the neighborhood that has Latino, African, Jamaican, Cuban, the list goes on and on. There would be some influence there. There would be some musical influences, cultural influences, the whole gamut. So I'm not going to say it's a wasted time, waste of time of arguing and debating about that, but I think there's other things too that you can debate. I don't really like the division. I don't get that, but things are done by design, and stories take on legs that others that are probably more impactful tend to die out because it's not that sexy or that sizzle, but it's very important. But we dismissed it, or it's socials. The socials take on their own identity and what they want to will go viral. That's just like the streets, word of mouth, anything like that. So getting back to the debate and Lord Jamar, what the clips I seen, and he does acknowledge that a large part of his statement is getting blown out of proportion and is taking on another life of his own. And people are running with once again, the inward narratives, their own narratives. And they're injecting their own narratives and trying to take it to somewhere where that originally was his thought. But he's an easy target because, he had so much zeal with his argument. And so, I got to respect it. But I think it's more to the conversation, as Lord Jamar had mentioned himself. So he acknowledges that. It's more to the conversation than division. It's about acceptance. It's about culture. Hip hop culture was there probably before a piece of composition, a musical composition and song was even copywritten. The culture was already there. The culture was the neighborhood. The culture was different things that we took from different cultures in the neighborhood. You like corned beef or rye, you know what I mean? That's like a Jewish staple sandwich, a Reuben. And you take different flavors of the neighborhood and it creates culture. And so the key word being culture, you know? I'm always interested in different cultures. I stay on YouTube, stay on different, that's my travel. If I don't get to these places, I visualize through these different platforms, international travel, this, that, and the third. So I'm interested in cultures. So I'm not going to deny or not acknowledge the brothers and sisters that were there from the beginning and say they had no part in it, because they did. They did. And what's wrong with that? Wow. Oh, well, what is wrong with it? What's the big blow with that? I mean, is that an ego damager? I mean, I don't understand it. As everyone did, everyone had a hand in this culture. We still do. It's more culture than it is anything else. The style, the dress, the dialect, the food, the fashion. You know what I mean? It's all one big hip hop cultural movement. And that's why our music is number one. It's the number one genre of music. And so who do you think are, well, as long as the money come in, they don't care. But who do you think, can you guess who probably is kind of thrilled with these debates, causing friction? Maybe 6 months to 9 months ago, the discussion about hip hop being not as prominent as it once was. It's not dominating. It's not charting. And the whole thing with the AI, remember they had the AI image rapper. They were creating these AI rappers, and people were saying that that's going to be the future of hip hop. And Afro beats were going to be the main focus in Latino Caribbean music. All of a sudden now you have this, the whole thing with the Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole situation, the beef, and how that played out, and it's still playing out. And now you have the debates about who created hip hop, who was involved with it initially. I find that very convenient. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start thinking and not get so caught up, with our sensitive trigger fingers and get out here and just go buck wild. But we have to kind of digest it, think about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a healthy debate. It's a debate that it's going to be ongoing since we have these FBAs and these so-called, people being labeled as tethers. You know what I mean? So it's nasty work out here for, attention and views and stuff like that. But everyone's searching for content. Everyone is, everyone's not honorable, to say the least. But we keep it funky over here in Vanguardian 650 all day long. I might do a live tonight. I may not, but I might come back on, upload something else. So stay tuned. Please like, subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, share this video. Vanguardian 650. Peace.